What is going on, guys? It is CW Gaming, and I am back. It has been a long couple of months, but I am finally back to making videos. We're going to be starting some new series like this one, and we're going to be continuing old series such as our NCAA Road to Glory. So be looking out for that, and I'm excited to be back. But let's go ahead and get into today's episode. And in today's episode, we are starting episode number 1 on our Pittsburgh Steelers franchise, and this is going to be an introduction to the Pittsburgh Steelers and our first game of the regular season. So we got a couple of things that we need to do before we hop into some gameplay. We're going to check out the rosters, check out the new styles of this game. The scouting update came out, and so that's why I've chosen to start now instead of when the game came out. I wanted to see what the scouting was going to do and how that was going to impact our game. So let's go ahead and hop into this. So what we're going to do is check out our roster. One of the biggest things about the Steelers is Ben Roethlisberger. What is going to happen to him at the end of this season? Are we going to be able to replace him? What state is this team in? And we want to take a look at our quarterback room. We want to make sure that our QB room is sustainable. Do we have our future franchise QB in the quarterback room right now? Between Haskins and our other quarterbacks, Dobbs, we're not sure what we have just quite yet, but we have some key pieces around our team, such as Najee Harris, Benny Snell, and Kenny Ballage, so that we could go into. Speaking of our scenarios, this is going to be kind of a clippings of different storylines, and our first storyline is Ben Roethlisberger. So these are some of the things he did well this preseason, such as his touchdown pass. We're going to be looking, can he still make deep throws? Can he still have his pocket presence? Because if not, we're going to move off of him this season, maybe even in the middle of the season. So I'm looking for certain throws. Can he still lead a drive? Can he still do things such as this and throw the ball deep? He gave it his receiver, Deontay Johnson, right there, an opportunity to catch a long ball, and he got a pass interference. So I'm happy to see that. He's still throwing the long ball. And the next play, a pretty good decision on 2nd and 9. Gets the first down, and it leads to a touchdown. So he comes out in game 1 of the preseason and leads a touchdown drive. And I'm happy to see that going for Ben Roethlisberger. Now, some of the bad things that he did, he was a little iffy on some of his throws. This throw, including right here, it was very inaccurate. And this throw, this is in game 2 against the Lions. We're down 10-0. He throws in double coverage, and it is going to be picked off. So those were some of the things that he did wrong. And we're going to be moving on to Dwayne Haskins now. Dwayne Haskins is getting a ton of work in this preseason. I want to find out, can he be our guy? Can he be the guy that replaces Ben Roethlisberger? And we can draft elsewhere. We can use our free agency elsewhere. We can, if we have that in-house, we can do that elsewhere. He throws a deep ball that's going to be down on the 4, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of him. Nice slant over the linebacker's head, and he leads a touchdown drive. So game 2, Haskins is in now. And going back to Roethlisberger a little bit, he struggled in the preseason. He didn't play bad, but he didn't play good either. I just wanted him to get some tune-in work and see kind of how he functioned, because I'm not sure what to do with him. He may last the whole season. He may not. Dwayne Haskins is good about getting out of the pressure, extends the play, and gets up into the middle of the end zone to give our running back right there some good field range there to score a touchdown. So I'm looking at his 2-minute drill right here. Is Dwayne going to be good enough to lead game-winning drives? And he throws a one-piece bomb right there. And that's his second deep ball of the preseason. But one of the things that I've seen about Dwayne Haskins is his inaccuracy. He can't hit slant routes, or he can't hit short routes. He underthrew that one a little bit, and I was being nitpicky, but still, I'm trying to analyze every single thing about this man that we could go wrong, because he could get some big money if he decides to be our quarterback, if we decide to keep him as our quarterback. So that's what we're doing. We're analyzing our quarterback room. That was another good throw. And the next thing I want to look at is our defense. what do we need on our defense that's going to push us over the edge? There's a 4th and inches against the Eagles in game 1, but this is another thing that I was really disappointed with. This fake field goal on the 30-yard line, they score a touchdown off of this, and it was very disturbing to me that our defense would give this up. And I understand it's preseason and these are backups, but it was very frustrating because we can't be giving stuff like that up. But they did reassure me with this drive right here. Detroit goes all the way down to the 1, and our defense is playing lights out. That was a bad throw, but still, they recovered on a 3rd and goal. They bring the pressure, and the quarterback goes down, and they are settling to a field goal. So overall, our defense, our quarterback room, I'm very happy with the way it's looking so far. I've seen some pretty good things, including this. We've had some pretty big playmakers on our defense. It's not coming all from one guy like TJ Watt. He picked up that fumble, but we're getting coverage from everywhere. Everybody's making plays. And alright, so looking at our preseason stats, we're looking at Dwayne Haskins with 500 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception with 53 completion percentage. Roethlisberger were 212, a touchdown and 3 interceptions, and Rudolph had 2 interceptions as well with a touchdown. So Haskins coming out the strong leader in the preseason. He looked pretty well. He was going against defense 2s, but I'm excited to see what he does because he actually played pretty well. He was able to roll out of the pocket and make plays, and our receivers came through for him. Ray-Ray McCloud had a touchdown. Deontay Johnson with a touchdown. And we had 5 guys over 100 yards in the preseason. Cody White being one of those. And our backup tight end, Frary Muth, I'm not even sure how to say his name, but he had 107 yards. So those 2 guys, White and Frary Muth, are 2 guys that I want to look at in terms of keeping them on the squad when it comes time to cut. So now it's time to cut players. We have to make a couple of roster cuts. We have to cut 6 players. Cody White is being suggested. He's a 59 overall, bronze, normal depth trait. He's got 77 catching with 84 speed, 86 acceleration. He could be one of those special teams guys that stays on, returns kicks, things like hand squad, stuff like that. He actually played pretty well in the preseason, so I don't want to cut him just yet. There are other guys that we could end up cutting, like Marcus Allen. He's got 61 block shedding and 74 tackle with normal depth trait for a linebacker, so I'm not really excited about that. We have Ulysses Gilbert III. We have Christian Kuntz as well, middle linebacker. We have a lot of linebackers on the team. We have Ben Roethlisberger as well and Joe Hayden. These are guys that we're basically being suggested to cut. We have a ton of linebackers. I'm just going through and looking at these stats, and the first cut we'll make is Christian Kuntz. So sorry to him. And some of these linebackers we're cutting: Derek Tuska, Ulysses Gilbert, and Marcus Allen. So we ended up trading Joe Hayden to the Bears for a 5th round pick this year. It's just what I decided to do. Joe Hayden had a huge contract, and I wasn't wanting to re-sign him. We got a 5th round pick, which I'm excited about. We could use that with this new scouting update. We could find some pretty good guys. So Joe Hayden, who's getting old, huge contract. I wasn't ready to take that on. And I want to see our defense. We have some young guys on defense, and I'm ready to take that on. So we are in week number 1, and I'm excited. We did the preseason. We've seen the storylines. We've set up what could possibly go down this season. We've got our quarterback, our defense, our receivers, our running backs. This could be a pretty interesting series with some pretty interesting storylines. This season could go either way. We could come out of the gate hot, be a playoff wildcard team, or we could just stink it up and need a complete rebuild. It is up to our squad right now, so we're going to go ahead and prepare for week number 1 against the Bills. I want to take a dive into scouting. This is brand new this season, this year on the game. It's looking very detailed. I had to do a lot of research about scouting and how it all worked. And you see here we have scouts I had to hire these guys in terms of their region, their tier, their expertise position. So basically how it works is the different tiers are how good these scouts are. And 3 is better. The higher the number, the better. And I'm going to assign my third tier scout to a national region. That way he's looking at everywhere. And we want to focus on the quarterback right now because I'm not sure who our quarterback next season will be. Is he going to come out of the draft? Is he going to be Dwayne Haskins? I'm honestly not sure. We have to take a look at the class and scout each guy in the class. You can see the number 1 guy in the class right now is a cornerback, Dylan Cooper. The only quarterback that's in the top 5 is Jason Bush out of Oklahoma. And I'm looking to see who's here. We have Ricardo Stecker from Miami. We've got Lonzo Springs from USC. I'm just trying to get a feel for what this class is like, and it's looking like it's a bunch of defense, which I'm excited about because we need linebackers, corners, safeties. We need defensive tackles. So this could get very interesting. We might have to roll with Dwayne Haskins. We could also look elsewhere within some younger quarterbacks. It's just going to be what we see this season because I'm honestly not sure what we are going to have to do. So right now, I'm adding guys to our draft board so we can scout them further. That's going to be the strategy this year. We're going to add guys to our board, and as the season goes on, we can scout those and remove them as the time comes. So I'm looking for linebackers, defensive guys, quarterbacks, anything like that. We're going to add them to the board, and we'll scout them out, and then we'll narrow it down as the draft comes. So right now, we're just adding regions to these guys, giving them areas to scout. And basically how this works is you look on the list for the prospects, and whatever team they are on, you assign different scouts regarding to their position, to their region. So for instance, our quarterback scout is a tier 3. We're looking at where our quarterbacks are. We have one from Colorado right there. We have one from USC, one from Oklahoma. Whichever quarterback we want to, wherever the most positions are for that scout is what region we're going to select him in. So right now I'm looking to see what regions these guys are in so we can give each scout the correct region for each position. If that makes any sense. I know I have a hard time explaining that, but like our quarterback right now is national, so we don't have to focus on quarterbacks. But there was a lot of offensive linemen in the Southeast region, so Donovan Brand, our Tier 2 offensive line scout, is going to go to the Southeast. So that's kind of how it works. I'm just kind of figuring out which region I want everybody in, and this is how our scouting is looking so far.
Good day. From Buffalo Bills Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. It's week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
There's a look at Bills Stadium here in Orchard Park, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, so happy to be with you to kick off this much-anticipated
changes in 2021. Running backs and wideouts, even linebackers wearing single-digit numbers. But even more than that, I want to see the changes defenses have made, because last year we averaged 49.6 points per game.
All right, so welcome to the 2021-2022 NFL season. We are with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I hope you guys enjoyed that introduction to the series. We went through the preseason, we went through scouting, We've looked at the rosters. We've looked at everything we needed. And Najee goes down on the second play of the game. So I hope he's okay. We're definitely going to need him. But I'm very excited to be starting the series. We are in Buffalo week 1. Real life, this game did not go well for the Steelers. So we're trying to change that. We're going to go ahead in our first drive of the season. We're going to go 4th and 1. This one's to Derek Watt. Trucks a man and gets down for 8 yards. So we keep the train rolling. We're going to go play action. Don't see anybody open. Roethlisberger's hit as he's thrown, and it will be 2nd and 10. So here's the next play to Najee Harris. Cuts to the left, gets a couple yards, brings up 3rd and 8. So we're going to pass the ball. I see Najee. He drops the ball, and we're going to settle for a field goal. Alright, so Josh Allen running onto the field. He's at 89 overall for this game, which I assume he will get much better as the season goes on. He's having an MVP level season this year. So is our job, our defense's job, to stop them. So you did see our defense in the preseason. They played pretty well, but it is going to be a key focus for us to cause turnovers. We need to put the ball back in our offense's hands, back in our playmakers' hands, and cause turnovers. We need to rattle Josh Allen and this home crowd, but it's not looking good for us so far. 3rd and 1. We need to make this stop and give the ball to our offense. So a hard count. This one's to the running back, and he will be knocked down shy of the 1st down, and these Steelers retain the ball on 4th down. So here we go. We have an opportunity to go up 2 possessions. Roethlisberger's got a man deep. He throws this one to Deontay Johnson for a 1st down, and it is 1st and 10. Here we go. To the left, Najee Harris gets caught up looking on that left side. He had a hole, wasn't able to hit it, and it is 2nd and 8. It's Roethlisberger up the middle to Washington, who makes the 1st down catch. We've got the slant here to Deontay Johnson, and he will go down. So we are driving. This one's to Najee. Can he cut it up the middle of the field? He does for a 1st down. We're going to try and score here. Roethlisberger's looking. He's going to roll. Nobody's open, so he rolls to the right. He's going to cut up. Can he score? He dives for the pylon. Doesn't make it up to the 1. We're going to give this one to our workhorse, Najee Harris, for his 1st career NFL rushing touchdown. So, offense is looking good, 10-0 with 7 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. So we're playing pretty well. But Stephon Diggs is going to be a problem for us today. One of the best receivers in the league. He cut us up on that last play. And Josh Allen is starting to get a little momentum. Running back goes for a 1st down. It is 1st and 10 with 5 minutes to go. So, run to the right. We get weirdly blocked right there, but he only gets 5 on the run. Setting up 2nd and 5. And Singletary just goes the completely wrong way. And it is 3rd and 8. So we're going to be looking for a pass, which is true, and it will be picked off. That is Terrell Edmonds with his 1st pick of the season. He celebrates as he should. And back comes Ben Roethlisberger. So we have an opportunity to take a huge lead. Najee misses the juke on Hayden there. And it is 1st and 10. So here we go. Huge throw. Johnson not able to get his feet in bounds. But that was a beautiful throw where only he could catch it. So I'm happy to see that from Ben. He's rolling. He's throwing this one deep. And it will be intercepted. But it will be out of bounds. So 3rd and 10 for the Steelers. Here we go. Dangerous pass over the middle. And it will be caught. 2nd and 7 is the next play. Defender running up the field. Knocks the ball into Roethlisberger's hand. And they will pick it up for a scoop and score. Micah Hyde So that was really upsetting. Offensive line just lets him blow past and cause a fumble. Our defense is playing well, and it really is not fair to them to have our offense scoring touchdowns against ourselves. So we need to be very careful on what we do. So here's Najee. Picks up a couple yards after he has made initial contact, which I'm happy about. And here's Roethlisberger. He's got a couple guys open. He makes a dangerous throw, but it is caught, bringing up 3rd and inches. So here we go. Here's Najee. Trucks a guy for the first down, and Najee's got 85 yards and a touchdown as we bring the first quarter to a close. It is 1st and 10. Roethlisberger makes a great throw to Juju Smith-Schuster, who goes down on the 24. So the next play is a disappointing one. It is a sack to end the first quarter. So on 2nd and 16, we're going to run the ball, maybe catch him off guard. Najee does a good job to gain a couple yards there and give us a 3rd and manageable. But it doesn't matter. Ben's going to get sacked, and it brings up a 4th and 15. So to go up another possession, we're going to go ahead and kick the field goal, making it 13 and 17. So even with a touchdown, Buffalo would still take the lead. So we need to be courteous of our time and our ball movement and score touchdowns instead of field goals. But our defense, we're going to put confidence in them and let them make stops when they need to.
Well, you know, had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So here we go. Singletary cutting up the middle of the field. He's going to grab the first down and move the chains for the Bills. So 1st and 10. Allen steps back. He's going to throw this one over to Cole Beasley, who makes a couple of yards for 2nd and 4. So slant to Diggs, makes a quick throw, picks up the first down, and the next play, this one's back to Singletary.
And he sneaks defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes.
So there's a screen to Singletary, and it's going to go down for a 1st down. And they are making a drive. Our defense needs to make a stop. Allen's going to cut over the middle of the field to Cole Beasley, who gets knocked hard. Drops the ball, and it will be picked up by our defense. And what a great way to kill momentum for Buffalo. Huge hit by Scobert. Look at boom right there. Or was Scobert the one that picked it up? I'm not sure. But by all means, our defense is making plays, giving us a good opportunity to win this game. And it is up to Eric Ebron and Ben Roethlisberger to put this one out of reach in the second quarter. So here we go. Here's going to be a run to Najee. He cuts up to the left, stiff arms a guy, and goes down after picking up 4 yards. So here's Big Ben in the pocket. He's going to throw this one over to Ebron, and the pass is broken up. So cornerback blitz. We weren't able to get this one to our target right there. It should have been picked off, but I'm happy that's the way that one went. But we had to punt the ball after that. It was 4th down. Giving the ball back to Buffalo. So 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. We're up 13-7. Our defense is looking good. Offense is moving the ball. So I'm happy with the way we're playing right now. We just need to keep going, keep making stops, and keep scoring.
Is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games.
So Allen rolls out of the pocket, makes a good throw, moves the chains to 1st down. He's going to roll out again, but he's going to be tackled this time by Hayward. Makes it 2nd and 14. So they're backed up just a little bit. They have a little more room to throw now. But Allen's going to step up in the pocket, and we hit him hard. And he will fumble the ball. So Devin Bush with a fumble recovery and 2 tackles. Our defense showed up and shown out on the turnovers. We have 3 already, and it's only the second quarter.
I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down?
So here's Ben Roethlisberger now. 2nd and 1 after 3 turnovers with our defense. Najee's going to go up the middle and get hit hard, and now he's hurt again. He got hurt on the second play of the game, and he goes down once again. So we're going to wait to see what his injury is. Hopefully it's not too bad. But also, I'm a little nervous about it. And here he is. Bruised sternum. Will not be able to return for this game. So Najee Harris is out, and that makes me a little nervous. Now Tre'Davious White has his X factor. It's just gonna be tough to throw on him now. He's got diving pass breakups and diving interceptions, so I want to stay away from that side of the field because I do not want to test him. And Najee's injury, Tre'Davious White's X factor, is rattling us a little bit. We have an opportunity to pull ahead, but we're getting a little in our heads, a little nervous, and with an intentional grounding. An almost interception there. We have to punt the ball back to Buffalo, but they have a 3rd and 10. We're going to be blitzing up the middle, but Cole Beasley makes a good catch, and it moves it to the 32-yard line. So Allen rolls out. He's got a touchdown in his sights, but he slides down on the 4, and they're trying to score before halftime. A minute and a half to go. Allen over to his tight end and Knox, who makes the touchdown grab. And the Bills are going to go up 14-13. So 1 minute, 25 seconds to go. We need to score before halftime, and what's a better way to move the ball than a halfback screen? So he gets a couple yards on that screen, makes it 1st and 10. We've got a couple of guys open. That was a tough throw, a tough catch, but they make both of them. And here's Roethlisberger on 2nd and 5. We had X open for a split second, not much. And Roethlisberger's going to have to throw this one away. So 3rd and 5. We want to score. We have to make it 1st down here. We're going to throw this one over. And a great catch by Deontay Johnson to stay in bounds and catch that ball. So that sets up a Pittsburgh Steelers field goal with 4 seconds to go. The kick is up, and it will be enough to take the lead going into halftime.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to
First possession of half number 2.
So we're back. We scored a field goal before half, giving us the lead. We have another opportunity to continue this lead in the 2nd half now. This is where it means more. We need to keep scoring. That ball should have been picked, but it wasn't. Over to Washington for the 1st down. So Roethlisberger takes too much time to throw this ball. Trying to play a little safe, but he gets sacked, bringing up 2nd and 18. So we're going to do a screen, and that one's to Washington, who cuts up the field into the red zone, down to the 11-yard line. That was a beautiful play call right at the perfect moment. A 30-yard screen for James Washington. And here we go. We're trying to hit the slant, and it will be picked off by the Buffalo Bills. That was a very bad decision by me and Roethlisberger trying to hit that slant. We had it for a split second. We need to be a little earlier, and I think he would have got it. And speaking of rough, unfortunate events, this is the very next play for Buffalo. That is Matt Breida, the backup running back for Buffalo. 91-yard run, and Buffalo has the lead once again. So a tough break for us, a tough turnover, and a one-banger run sets up a lead for Buffalo. So we're going to try and get it back. There's Kenny Ballage. Gets down for 6 yards, bringing up 3rd and 4. So we need to go ahead and score to the best of our ability. I see a couple of routes, but this one's going to go over to Washington. 1st down, brings up 2nd and 13 on the next play. Deontay Johnson has a nice reception, and we are making a drive trying to take the lead back. Here's a tough throw, and it will almost be intercepted. Claypool could not make a play on the ball, so we're going to have to settle for a Boswell field goal, making it 19-21. So 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Josh Allen steps back. He's going to run up in the pocket, but he's going to throw this one away. So he had a couple guys open. That's not who I thought he was going to go to. But we almost picked the ball right here, but Cole Beasley steps in front of us and makes the grab. So 3rd and 4. That would have been nice to have, but it wasn't enough. There's a 1st down to Knox, and it will be 1st and 10. So Buffalo's driving. They're trying to make this game a little harder on us. Here's Allen to Knox, who gets knocked down to the ground hard, but does not fumble it. So the drive will continue for Buffalo. There's Matt Breida with a nice run. It's 3rd and 3. Knox again, but he fumbles it this time. He gets hit hard, and the 3rd fumble of the day for Pittsburgh. If you're falling asleep, you better wake up right now because our defense is playing out of their minds. 4 turnovers, 3 fumbles, and an interception right now. Our defense is on fire. Roethlisberger has all the momentum in the world now. Ebron makes a nice reception. And our defense is setting us up to score. So Roethlisberger drops back. I had square open for a minute. Don't anymore. We're going to go to the outside and go down on the 22-yard line. So Ben's playing a little safe, which is fine by me. But he played a little too safe here and waited a second to throw that ball. Micah Hyde makes a beautiful play on that ball, and it will be intercepted. So momentum killed once again. We're only down by 2. We had an opportunity to take the lead on a field goal or a touchdown. We got a little aggressive and threw that one into coverage. So another touchdown is taken away from us. Buffalo goes 3rd and 1. I'm not sure if they're going to run it here. I'm calling their bluff and saying that they do. They did, and it will be stopped. So that's good to know. We get the ball back with 8 minutes and 14 seconds to go. Down by 2. What can Big Ben do? Is he accurate enough to make these throws down the field? We won't know because we threw this one to Ebron. It got no gain. So here's another screen. These are working today. But balance went the wrong way. Went to the right instead of left. He might have been able to beat that guy to the outside, but we didn't get a chance to check. So on 3rd and 6, we make a throw, but it didn't go to the first down line. It was a little short, and now we are going to have to punt the ball.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there, despite the fact they had a tough first half.
There he goes, right side.
So this is not what we wanted to see at all. A very long run, 69 yards up the middle, and this is pretty much it. I mean, it's 28-19. We have an opportunity to keep this game rolling with 6 minutes to go. We're only down by 9. We have a touchdown, 2-point conversion, a field goal. We can win this game. We just need to keep going. Don't make a mistake. And play our game. So Big Ben's been in these situations plenty enough. This one's to Juju. Makes a nice catch. And we are going as fast as we can. We're going to try a screen here. We have Chase Claypool. He is open, but the block cannot be held by Eric Ebron on the right side. It was almost a hold, but we had to let that one go. We're going to chunk this one deep to the end zone. We have a receiver open. He makes the catch, but drops it upon contact, and that would have been perfect for us with 4 minutes to go. But instead, we're going to have to keep driving. Under pressure, a throw is made. It will be a first down. 3 minutes, clock is still ticking. It's ticking away. Benny Snell gets a carry now. He's pushing forward. Goes down to the 9, and we have a ball on the 3-yard line. Offensive line lets a defender through. Roethlisberger fumbles the ball once again. It has been just one of those days. The O-line has struggled very hard. Benny Snell, Washington, going up the field, makes the tackle on the 3-yard line, but the damage is done. We have a holding on us, Kevin Dotson, and it will be Buffalo's ball. So 2.5 minutes to go. They're looking to put the final nail in the coffin. This is Moss now, who goes in for the touchdown. Finishes this game off, and it's very disappointing for us. But this is what happens in the NFL. Momentum swings very fast, and we lose this game 36-19. It was a lot closer than the score indicated. But we take a Week 1 L against the Buffalo Bills. Our stats, Roethlisberger, 344 yards, 3 interceptions, and I believe 2 fumbles. Najee Harris had 114 yards with a touchdown before he went out, so that's very promising for us. He played very well until he went down with an injury with his sternum, so hopefully he'll be back soon. Benny Snell with 50 yards. Deontay Johnson with 75 yards. Washington with 91. Kenny Ballage with 50. Eric Ebron with 49. Juju with 58. Claypool with only 9 yards. It's a little disappointing, but, you know, receivers are very spotty on which weeks they decide to go off, so maybe next week he'll have a big week. Defensive side of the ball, Devin Bush had a pretty good day with 10 tackles. Hayward with 7 tackles, a tackle for loss, and our kicker went 4 for 4 with a 51-yarder. So, very exciting. We played pretty well. Our O-line struggled, but our defense played pretty dadgum good, and I'm very excited to see how they played the rest of the season. We had a couple of forced fumbles, some turnovers. Ben Roethlisberger didn't look bad. He had a couple mistakes, but it is week 1, and I'm excited to see how this team does for the rest of the season. We've got a very game Las Vegas Raiders team next week at home. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. It was a long one, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in week number 2 against the Raiders.